Hi guys, it's Alexa here with KelownaNow. So I'm in studio with Danica Dutt, and I will let her introduce herself as she'll do a way better job. So Danica, can you tell the community a little bit? I mean, you're so well known in the community, but can you tell them a little bit who you are?
Yes, for sure. First of all, Alexa, thank you for the invitation
Yes.
and Kelowna Now for all you do for local business in the community. Thank you for having me. So my name is Danica Dutt. I am a wealth advisor with Benewealth Strategies. I have grown up in the Okanagan my entire life.
Rare.
Yes, it's a rarity, but so blessed to do so. I'm a mom and a wife. I grew up in a blue-collar family, and I am now a mom and wife in a trades family.
Yeah.
And so I 100% know the balance between lifestyle and work and cash flow and all of those things. So in my advising practice, I help hardworking family and women because I'm also a woman who has walked confidently into the money journey. And I help them through advice, to get money confidence, to balance cash flow and how to protect and preserve their wealth so that they can secure their financial success and create legacy if that's a goal. And I do that through cash flow planning, investments, insurances, including life, critical illness, disability insurances. And it's through tailored advice and a conversation, which kind of a segue into that.
Yeah.
I said, Alexa, did you know November is Financial Literacy Month?
Nope.
Yeah,
Good
so
timing.
great timing.
Yeah.
And if you go to the Canadian government website, actually, their theme is, do you have money on the mind? Now, we just have gone through a pretty tough and harsh environment for local business and for families here in the Okanagan. So if we're going to get talking real, I'm thinking you have money on the mind. Alexa, do you have money on the mind?
Yeah, I feel like that's just the topic we're seeing being so involved with a small business like Kelowna Now as well, but working with clients and small businesses, but also a personal level. I think, everyone's kind of holding money tight right now because there's uncertainty and you don't really actually talk to anyone really about it. You kind of are just there with your thoughts and worries and doubts. And I think every different stage, you'd think, oh, I don't need to worry about money until I'm older. I don't need to worry about retirement till I'm older. But I think the more knowledge and the more conversations we have, the easier it gets. And we could sit here and you could tell me your story. I'm 32 years old. My parents are only in their 50s, but I don't know what they want.
Exactly. And so the Canadian government said, let's talk about it. So I'm really excited that you have opened this conversation because it is time that we had a conversation in a non-judgmental, open place where people can ask questions. And that is a huge passion of mine, is to sit beside a woman at the table and sit beside a hardworking family, because I also am raising a family in this city, in this town, have built a book of business, and with Benewealth Strategies helping to carry on that firm too. And so I can have that beside you, not across the table from you. And let's talk about the real questions. And some of those are, what are the first steps?
Yeah, what is the first step?
Exactly. So I always say the first step is, let's just get really real about where you are today.
Yeah. And it's okay that you're not, I think we all are bad at comparing ourselves. But you see people doing great things later in life and stuff. But again, start younger. If that's any advice I could financially tell someone, is start talking about it or sitting with someone like Danica. And okay, but what should I be doing in 5, 10, 15 years?
100%. So it is no different than if you're planning a vacation and you get onto the plane or the cruise ship. They have a map and they have a route and they have a destination. If you are living day to day in finances with no goal or no plan, then you're going to find you get into uncharted territories maybe you didn't want to be into. And with a plan, we do have to adjust. Now, a plan is not solid it does flow. So I believe in lifelong relationships with families. We're actually in multi-generational at Benewealth. We're now into young grandchildren. We've advised the children and the grandparents. But what I would say, I always say, you are not to be the expert in finances.
Yes, thank God.
Okay, so I use an accountant for my taxes. Because I didn't go to school to be an accountant. I am not going to make sure I do all the right things to make sure I keep more wealth in my house. I use an accountant. And in our financial plans, we have a financial team. We're the quarterback with the lawyer and the accountant to make sure we're doing the right tax planning. So if I use an accountant for taxes, I also use either a personal trainer or a fitness video because I am not the expert in my fitness. I will not push myself past pain. I won't. And so
you're comfortable. Finance is kind of sometimes you have to be okay with being a little bit uncomfortable.
Yes. And so I have done the training. I have done the education. And it is my full-time career to be your wealth advisor. And so I tell people and families and a lot of times the women that sit beside me, I say, let go of the shame or let go of the insecurity because it's not your job to know how to make the financial plan. Okay? Am I going to educate you along the way? 100%. It is one of my passions to make sure you feel confident in money. Because that is when we really go for our goals. We can walk through that in confidence in our financial security. But let go of that. Ask all the questions. There is no silly question because it is my job to take care of it. That is one thing I do through Quib and my advising. Work with a lot of busy families, a lot of blue-collar workers that work out of town, and a lot of busy women. And so I take that work off of them. So again, delegate. So I think Dan Martell might talk about that, how to buy back your time. Delegate. It is my job or your advisor's job to work on your financial plan. It's their job to look after your RSPs, remind you, hey, it's RSP season. Let's look at a tax strategy for you. It's their job to look after your life insurance policies. Delegate that work, take it off your chest, and make sure you have an advisor checking in with you 2, 3, 4 times a year and keeping on top of, have you opened your FHSA? Have you topped up your TFSA? Is it time to make sure you benefit from the RESP and the government grants? That's my job to call you. And so that is my one thing with busy families, out-of-town workers, and women. Let it go. It's not your worry. Delegate that task. Get educated along the way.
And learn.
Yes, and learn. And that way you know that the right thing is being done if you have some education in what should be happening. So first step I would say is let's talk about it. Let's get a clear client intake. And that's an evaluation of everything. Like where are you at right now? So what are your liabilities? What are your assets? What's your income? What's going out in expenses? And that we do have an exclusive app for at Benewealth. We do love technology. That is something I'm speaking on at Anita Parker's event
on November 19th.
On November 19th, 3WB.
Get your
Wisdom, Wealth,
tickets.
Well-being. And so we are a firm that runs to technology because it makes the client experience that much more seamless. So on this app, you can have in one screen an exact snapshot of where you're at, and that creates a foundation now we can measure from. We can talk about where do you want to go, and we need a short-term goal because we're instant gratification.
Yes, always.
So, I mean, you're in media. How fast do people want to feel like a boost of, serotonin? Or
I mean, I just feel like even just humans, everything you've said, when you work out, what you eat, like taking vitamins, you want that instant. If you change your diet a little bit, you're like, okay, I should feel energized because I've had no processed food.
Exactly. So short-term goal in your financial plan, like within the next 8 to 12 months is important. Because I talk about...
it's like rewarding yourself.
You got to feel that gratification. So
endorphins.
It's like if I have a diet, or should I say nutrition plan? If I don't lose some weight within that sacrifice, I'm not staying on it.
No.
If I see some results,
Yeah.
I will stay on that plan. No different than a financial plan.
Yeah.
So short-term goal, midterm goal, long-term goal, check-ins with an advisor, making sure you have an emergency fund is huge.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say some very old wisdom.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going back to the 80s. I don't know what year you were born.
I'm 92, but that's okay.
Before,
I like learning.
There is just some things that stay true.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So pay yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to create protection around your plan. You're going to pay yourself first, have an emergency fund.
Yeah.
We're going to maybe you've accumulated some debt because let's face it, families have over the past couple years. We're going to have a plan for that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's normal. Also, don't freak out if you have some debt. I think we just, Yeah.
And let's talk about it because let's make a plan for that. And then we're going to create some wealth through investments and savings because you have to get your money working for you. I do love working with women on educating them, giving them the knowledge, because that is when I feel like once a woman has the knowledge, feels confident and secure and starts her investments, that is when she really soars,
shines,
in the financial plan and takes a hold of it. So those are some steps you can start with.
So it's funny because you obviously, I mean, you support men and women, whoever, but you have this shine when you talk about helping give women confidence. Do you think, have you seen a big shift, because you've been doing this for some time, have you seen a big shift in women? Are we moms or in a couple, like, are women demanding now more to have knowledge and not power, but a say in the finances, where it used to be the guy, you know, signed everything and the woman didn't really have a right to have a bank account? Or
yes, so we have come a long way. What I've noticed that is we are getting really curious. So women love to learn, they love to be educated, and they're really curious. So a lot of my process is women find me on social media, they reach out and they want to know all the things. And so we meet, and through their plan is when I educate them on step by step. And once they have that knowledge, then they are confident and they move forward with plans that they may have to get into the real estate market, to open a business, to create education funds for their children, to start traveling, so all of those things. So I would say, yes, women are getting more and more curious, more secure to reach out for wisdom and knowledge in finance. And a lot of times now the plan goes like this. The wife or woman reaches out. They find out all of the things, and then the husband joins for the plan. So for sure I see wisdom improving in women in the finance area.
Okay, awesome. Great. How would you, let's talk about the younger generation. What would you say if you're like an 18-year-old, 16-year-old, and your parents won't really talk to you about? Because I feel like sometimes older generation, it was like, you don't talk about money.
Taboo.
Yeah, and you don't talk about money at the table. There's certain times, and you just don't talk about it. What would your advice to be someone, you know, young, and maybe they don't have the parents but they want to start their own investments? Or kids are amazing now. They're starting these online, they're using technology to create their own mini little businesses. So I mean, you have kids, so you obviously have taught them, but what about the kids out there, or the young adults that don't feel like they have anyone to support them in this?
So really good point. Money has so many ties to emotion, to status, generational, like family kind of legacy issues. Yes. So, and it can be good, or it can have a bad experience. So let's talk about that. Recognize that for yourself. And do you tend to hold on to money? Do you tend to freely let it go? But I would say to the younger generation, youth is the biggest gift in a financial plan. And you are not too young to seek an advisor. There are advisors in this city that will sit down with you. get started early.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be so thankful later. There's a quote that the person that sits in the shade planted the tree many years ago. And so get educated, seek out that professional. I would say that's important too, is to make sure you are talking with someone who is certified, is a professional in this industry, and does know all the things. You have to be careful about contribution limits and TFSA, contribution limits and FHSA, and RSP. So you need to talk to someone that is investigating all of those things for you. That's their job.
Well, yeah, and I would say not just someone on social media telling you what to do.
Yeah, no. So get a professional. Just like I would see a doctor for my medical advice, you want to make sure you are seeking out an educated professional for your financial advice too. I will say that disclaimer. Yeah. And I'm excited that the youth are talking about it.
Yeah, because older generations didn't.
And more when the in their 20s, like when the people are coming to myself, I hear that I was talking to my friends, or at a dinner party, our friends and I were talking, and that is amazing that's happening within younger friend groups. Yeah. There is something also amazing about people, whether you're business owners all sitting around a table or going through the same stage of life. Maybe you're all buying your first home right now. Just that peer and conversation and different ideas, and take them back to your advisor and say, my friends mentioned this. And then it's good to work out, everyone's situation is unique. And so sometimes your friend's advice doesn't fit with your situation at the moment, but it's good for your advisor and you to break that down. And hey, maybe it is a great idea, and your advisor says, never thought of that one before. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about all the community work you do. Yes. So Kelowna Women in Business, you are the president. So can you tell people a little bit about that group and why you're so passionate about, and maybe some events? We'll close on some events that are coming up.
Perfect. Yes, so I am honored to be serving my third term as president of Kelowna Women in Business. We're an organization that has been around for almost 30 years now in Kelowna. A lot of people don't know we're a nonprofit society and that we're 100% volunteer ran by a board of 12 incredible women. Our mission really is to empower women to be their highest personal self and professional self, and we do that through connection, collaboration, community, in networking events and workshops and self-development programs. We have a great mentorship program, and so a couple things that are going on that are really exciting is we have our first book club.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Nikki's always wanted to start being a book club.
Yes. Yeah. And so Grace Pontes, actually with Link Mortgages, took that on. Again, volunteer ran, and it is a book club centered around business development material. And so they're meeting, and so that's exciting new agenda to Kelowna Women in Business. December 2nd, we have our member appreciation event, and Debrilla Bronstein, past president, you're going to love this. We are doing a free event.
Love that.
For all of our members, swag bag, evening at Lake House store.
Love that.
Yes. Appies, canapes. And so it's been 3 years since we've done that. I think just speaking about what the business community has gone through in the last 2 years, we want to give something back to you. And we just thank you for all your support. So that's coming up. I do have to say we're really excited too for our charity partner this year. So Kelowna Women in Business partners with a charity every year. We've given $28,000 to local businesses here in Kelowna over the last 4 years. And this year, our charity partner is Launch Okanagan. And
what are they?
Yeah, great timing. Yeah. Because Launch Okanagan is a financial education society. And so they work with people in the community on one-to-one coaching for their finances. Okay. They have a matching program. So they work with our community's most vulnerable. And so that can be maybe a single mom, a newcomer to Canada, maybe someone that has left the workforce and trying to start up again. And they have a matching program where the person saves through one-to-one coaching. They get a plan. They put money away. Launch matches at 3-to-1.
Wow.
And the person sees success. A lot of the clients are single moms, and they open up an RESP education fund for this mom. Within the first year, through grants, bonds, the mom's savings, and Launch Okanagan, there's over $5,000 in this account, which is that gratification. Within 1 year, they see what the financial coaching, the financial workshops, and the matching program has done. And so I believe they gave $18,000 to the matching program to individuals last year. So that's our new charity partner.
That's amazing. So
talk about financial literacy.
Yeah, and you're actually teaching and helping these families or individuals like in every aspect of their life.
Yes. And I've said it many times if you follow me, but money is everything. It is the base of it. It's what we eat. It's where we live. It's maybe where we send our children to school. And so once people have the tools to feel confident about how to manage their money and how to grow their money and protect their money, that is when life can really begin. And I call that financial freedom. When a person can house, feed, take care of themselves and work towards their goals. So Launch Okanagan does that. Follow them because they do have free workshops all of November. So if you're interested and you don't really want to reach out to a person quite yet, just sign up for a workshop. It's free. It will start that curious muscle and you can start asking questions.
Amazing. Well, that's super exciting. Okay, so, I mean, what a great opportunity. What's the date of that event?
So, members is December 2nd. Non-members are welcome. But you can sign up for a membership to get that free ticket. What people may not know, membership comes with many perks. It's only $169 for an entire year. Should I even say that out loud? I don't know. It is that good, and it comes with many perks to promote yourself, to promote your business. You don't have to own a business. You might be there
just
to develop yourself. To get to the point of where you want to be professionally, and is for women in professions. So I'm a professional. I'm an employee of Benewealth, and so if you want to further your career, Kelowna Women in Business is also a place for you. And I have to say, watch out for our business boot camp. February. We're hoping for February 22nd. There will be 15 classes with 15 speakers, all on tangible education to help you be your best self, professional self, and grow your business. So go to www.kwib.org to learn more about that. And maybe can I say, if you have questions, because Alexa had a great point. Money is on the mind. We need to start talking about it. And the biggest gift is to start now. I'm also going to say you're never too old to start.
No.
So there's that spectrum, right? So youth is a gift. And you're never too old to start. So if you do have questions, you can find me Mom Wife Money on Instagram. We have a website, www.benewealth.com. And I am Danica Dutt on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Awesome. And you'll also see her at a lot of other community events.
Yes. And I'm so excited for A2B Wealth again, who sponsors many of those community events. They really do allow us to give to the charities by helping with sponsorship.
I know.
And I'm going to be at the Business Excellence Awards.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes, that's Friday.
And really excited to cheer on all of you businesses who have been nominated.
Fighting hard.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching Kelowna Now.